ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Uncle Matt's Cookery Lessons. I thought I'd try something new by giving you something old with Uncle Matt's Flashbacks. Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Uncle Matt's Cookery Lessons. I'm going to make a fancy, really fancy French pizza called Pissaladière. And oh, look at it. Hi there, I'm going to make a classic French pizza called Pissaladière, and the star of the show is onions, lots and lots and lots of onions. I'm using these just generic white onions. Spanish onions would be fine, red onions, whatever you want, but I think these are lovely because we're going to get a really, really deep caramelised colour onto them. Oh, they're going to be sweet and delicious. We're going to serve them on top with some anchovies and some olives, and this is a beauty. I think you're going to really like this one. Right, so there's onions to peel. So while I crack on with that, a little bit of history as usual, a very little bit, and some confliction on the internet. I very, very confidently stated this is from the south of France, from Nice, but then on Wikipedia it says it's from Genoa, but I believe it actually is from the south of France. So, but there's not much else on the history of it, I'm afraid. So anyway, it doesn't really matter. It's going to be delicious. So I've peeled the onions. Now what I'm doing is just removing the core after I halve them, and I'm slicing with the grain nice and thin. If you watched my last video on how to use knives, you'll be going, oh yeah, that's what you do. You use that end of the blade, it's curved, and you rock it backwards and forwards, and then when you get near the end, you just flip over the onion like that. And there you go. Onion's done. Just a few to go. And yep. Eyes are getting a little bit weepy, and now, oh my god, I'm in trouble. I'm in big trouble. Oh. Why did he have to die? Now you are lucky that I edited out all the other scenes from other very sad moments in movies and stuff recently. I just thought perhaps I should tone that down a little bit, but I hope you don't mind me doing that too much. That was a bit of fun. Right, tons of olive oil. I ran out from the bottle, so I've got some more in there. But don't worry, we're going to use all of that olive oil later on. I'm going to make a dressing with it. So this is, I mean, there is a recipe, obviously, for this thing. But, you know, it's a list of ingredients. You know, if you've got a bit more onion, a bit less onion, it'll be all right. Depends on the size of the dish, your oven, your baking tray that you're going to use. But anyway, over to a heat. I start off on a high heat, but very quickly I turn it down to sort of a low medium because I do not want these to burn. I want them to slowly confit and caramelise. A little bit of salt helps to draw out the moisture. Just a pinch though, or a couple of big pinches really. And this is editing over a period of probably at least an hour, maybe an hour and a half. And as I'm going along, I'm just picking out those sticks from the thyme that I put in, as well as the bay leaves. Now, I never used this stuff before. Sorry for this brief interruption. I just wanted to let you all know that I wrote books a while ago, and I've republished them, and I've put links to them in the description below this video. For those of you that are interested, they're in ebook form, so there's Amazon and Barnes & Noble. For those of you not interested, I'm going to get back to the video now, I promise. But for those of you that do take the time, and if you're interested in reading them, I'd love for you to give me some feedback and let me know if you think they're any good. Anyway, back to the video. See you soon. Bye. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, that was a bit freaky. So, traditionally, obviously, it's a pizza. It's a pizza base, a bread base. I have done this, and feel free to use puff pastry. And I was going to use puff pastry, but you know what? I couldn't find any. So I saw on the shelf pre-made pizza dough, and I thought, I'll have that. It is up to you what you do. But I've been making a lot of really complex bread things recently, and I thought, do you know what, you probably just want to see me, well, I wanted to see me do something a bit easier. So there we go. I've just sort of, however the pastry came, this pizza dough, I sort of folded it over each other, and then I want to make sure I sort of got a fairly even thickness. There you go. That's the size of my baking tray, if anyone's interested. I'm just tidying up. I'm leaving an overlap so that it's going to reach up the sides. If you've got like a flat one, or if you've got a pizza stone, I mean, just don't even worry about that. Just, you know, straight on there. Don't worry about having lips on it. But because I want to get it out of this tray later on, scrunch up a little bit of paper. That's going to help me get this out. Just on there, so we'll be able to get it out later. It's going to really help. So I use my rolling pin to roll it up. Decide that's the wrong way around. And then that way, another little bit of dithering. There we go. You can see what I'm doing, but that's just quite a handy way of getting the dough into the tray fairly evenly. Now I'm just going to take a minute with my fingers and thumbs to push it firmly into all the corners, like so. This is all going very nicely so far, and the whole time we're doing this, the onions are slowly cooking behind. This is an optional extra, so this is a onion, anchovy and olive pizza. I find a few of these really salty olives, just a few, in the onions, really ramps up the flavour. Feel free to not put those in, but in they go. And you can see the onions are getting nicely caramelised now. We're not far off now, and you see the oil is releasing from them now. Time for a bit of pepper, but I'm not putting any salt in this, guys, because of the anchovy in there, and I put a little bit of salt in earlier. It's going to have olives on top and anchovies on top, so no salt. No, no, no. Ah, that is looking nice, and that I am happy with. It's kind of like almost like melted onion. Absolutely gorgeous. But there is quite a lot of oil in it, so I'm going to strain that a bit delicately. Looked like it wanted to fall over, but got there. Magically appear a plate, and we want to cool those onions down. So I sort of spread them out onto a plate, and then if you sort of create some peaks and troughs, that will cool down a bit more quickly in your fridge while you do this. So I'm docking the base, and so this would be exactly the same if you're using a puff pastry or even a short pastry. So you know there's that oil left over, so we're going to give this a thorough brushing before we blind bake. So that's just going in for 5 to 10 minutes. It's not cooking it, it's just giving it a head start. The onions have cooled down nicely, and when you start off with the onions you think, oh, that's going to be far too much, and then actually I'm looking now and thinking, oh, it's only just about enough. And in fact it was perfect. Absolutely, there was no need to be concerned. But just take your time, be a bit fussy and a bit pedantic at this stage. Even that out. These are the marinated anchovies. I love these. But if you don't like them, as I say, you can omit these ingredients. You can put other things on there. But I just think I love onion tart. I think it's amazing. This is a fairly traditional sort of method. You create a crisscross, a crosshatch, whatever you call it, harlequin. I don't know what you'd call that. I've done that with the olives, with the anchovies, and that is looking proper snazzy, if I don't say so myself. And now I've got some olives pitted without stones, or with stones if you like. Just, you know, you're going to hurt your teeth. And there's the last couple going in there, and that is just looking beautiful, but it's still not ready. It's got to be cooked. These are some little oven dried tomatoes I did recently. I'll probably do a video and show you how I made those sometime soon. But I thought with the onion flavoured olive oil, bit of balsamic vinegar and a bit of salt and pepper, that is going to be just the sexiest little salad dressing you can imagine. Look at it. And oh yes, very happy. Now if you watched my last video, of course you did, on knives, this is the pastry knife that I was talking about. So if I was using just a bread knife, which you could do, just be really delicate, it's going to really hack away at that, and you might find that you tear off big chunks of that overhanging bread or pastry. It's done its job. And now let's get this thing out of here. At a moment of stress, there is always a moment of stress when you do something like this, and it's like, will it come out? Yes, yes, it came out. Get rid of that bit of paper. Oh yes, a very happy boy. Right, so we're going to portion this up however you like, really. I decided to cut it lengthways down the middle, and then you can cut across individual portions to suit your particular requirements on that day. I think this is a lunch dish. Yeah, definitely lunch. So let's have a look at that. How's it looking? Oh, gorgeous. And go with that lovely crisp, fresh, cheeky little white wine. And yeah, bit posy again, putting it on a board. That's the cookpad board. Hello, people at cookpad to watch this. and finish off my salad leaves with this beautiful semi-dried tomatoes and balsamic dressing. Oh, anyway, I'm going to hand you back over to me. I'm looking really rather smug because I know this looks stunning. And that's going to taste great as well. I'm just going to milk this moment. You know, a bit of flaky mould and sea salt. On my salad, a few twists of pepper. Have a little sip of my lady's favourite white wine. Yeah, that's nice. Okay, let's not mess around. Pissaladière, classic French cookery. I love it when the French do food simple because it reminds me more of Italian food when they do that. This is now not even warm. This is room temperature. And it's lovely. It's lovely cold, it's lovely hot. Any way you want it. Nice and crispy around the outside. A bit soft underneath. It's that onion. When you caramelise onion like that, no added sugar. It's sweet. The natural sugars in it have really, really developed. It's salad because, you know, you're supposed to have salad sometimes. Oh yeah. Anyway, I'm going to polish that off. And Mum, if you're watching, I'm bringing this round later when I see you. Social distancing, of course. Anyway, hope you like that one. Give it a go. Remember, you can add or remove, if you hate olives and anchovies, but you like the idea of the onion top, put some goat's cheese on it. It's a vehicle. I keep saying it's a vehicle for things, but it is. It's a base, and if you don't want to have a go at doing, well, I didn't make that bread, but if you want to use puff pastry, short crust pastry, fine, whatever you can get your hands on, really, in the shops. And I just didn't fancy making bread again. I've been making an awful lot of bread. Anyway, I'm waffling, so it's time to end the video. I hope you enjoyed this one. I'll see you in the next one coming soon. Bye.